Alright, howdy guys. Nice to see y'all. It's been a long time, been all summer. Take a little time to ourselves for me and the family and building as a person. Getting into this new job that I have of buying logs and helping in the sawmill. All summer's been hectic, busy, these godforsaken lumber markets. This industry, my gosh, it can be a cruel son of a buck. We're trying to get wood in to beef up for the winter. I've been buying a lot of logs from other loggers. Thank you. Any other logger that watches this that's brought logs into us, thank you. All of us out there in the mill, behalf of all of us, thank you so much. And the landowners that's selling us the timber, thank you so much. We appreciate the heck out of it. We're sawing, we're up on saw footage. We're, our mill we're normally getting now somewhere's around 110 to 140, 110 to 140,000 feet a week is what we've been doing there at the mill. Plus, I forgot how much crating we're doing now in the crating side and ties. You know, so things are crazy around the mill. The fact that the stave market's held up like it has, the whiskey staves has helped a considerable amount of us of the loggers anyways in the industry stay alive. So thank you for that. Now the stave markets are tanking, but red oak and poplar starting to creep up a little bit. Don't know if it'll go far, but it's coming back a little bit, you know, and it's just a little bit of crumb to help keep everybody going. So thank you, the almighty market god, for doing something. So I headed to the woods, helping Big D, going to kick the rust off my cutting skills. It's 11 months in the past. So I kick a little dust off of them and go to it. Okay, so what I was going to do is do a video with just the audio from the saw, so y'all could hear the trees cut and all that stuff and all that mess going on. But Mommy's all like being a girl, and she's like, well, you need to make sure and do some content and tell them what they're doing and stuff. So I brought Mommy on here because the boss is here. And y'all ain't heard from Mommy all year, so Mommy.
Hello, everybody. So I'm just here critiquing. I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, well, it's Sunday morning, and all summer's been a crazy summer, and we didn't have time to get. I wasn't in veg mode. Now, Derek cut the majority of this job with the cutter, and Derek is doing fan-freaking-tastic. Him and Raji is on cutting and skidding, and we finally had a job where they had some hand cutters around the houses and stuff like that. And, well, of course, me being me, forgot all about camera batteries.
So you ran up there that one day when all your batteries were dead?
Yeah, I made like the 5 seconds of 3 or 4 vidges before I realized there's no batteries in my backpack.
I think I even turned around that one morning and went back and got your camera for you, but we had the battery.
Yeah, you turned around, come back, and got the camera.
Yeah.
And it didn't even have a battery in it. So we had some good footage, and I got stuck. I'm rusty, daggone. Roger, come pull us off of me, Roger. Roger's in the skidder laughing at me right now because I'm stuck like a daggone rookie. But it's been 11 months.
I can't believe that. It doesn't feel like it's been 11 months, but
I don't think I've cut a tree since December of last year.
wow. Well, we ain't logged much either. I mean, we've been buying a lot of logs. So
Why?
I don't know.
Well, the market's crashed. We've got expensive timber bought. We got great timber bought. The market's caught us.
Yeah.
We bought too much up timber on it, and the cycle, the market crashed on us. This war in Ukraine, the trade war with China, the daggone Corona hangover, you know, all this crap we got going on, you know, in our markets just sucks a donkey. Yeah. So it's been a rough summer. A lot of sawmills went out of business this summer. Lots and lots of people throwing a towel in, and I don't know.
But it's helped us to grow and to learn.
Yes.
To grow our markets and reach out, and we've got some new customers that we're really happy with, and making a lot of contacts. Positive for the future.
Yeah.
So.
And I want to say on here in front of everybody that, guys, Mommy's done one hell of a job this summer. Of calling around. We've called lumber people we ain't never heard of. We've hauled lumber to places we ain't never even heard of. I just told Mommy, I said, call every lumber company in the whole world and tell them, promise them the world. And maybe if we're lucky, they'll take a load of lumber from us. So we've had loggers all summer hauling logs to us. It's like, man, everything is terrible and all this mess and everything. I'm like, man, I'm sorry. We're doing all we can. We're promising everybody the moon and stars and maybe get a load of lumber sold. So it's been a tough summer, but wanted to thank the Thai market, man. Jimmy, boss man Jimmy. I always picked on him in the past and called him boss man Jimmy, but Jimmy, you and your boys out there, thank you so much. Your ties have pretty much kept many companies in business this summer.
Oh yeah.
You know, and on the behalf of the loggers, thanks to the Stave market, Justin up there, you guys up there buying the staves. I know it's been a lot. Man, we've really wore you all out buying staves, but you guys have saved a lot of loggers this summer. I hope you all. I know you're fighting. You got that huge inventory up there and stuff, and everybody in these stave companies got huge inventory and probably low on cash and high in inventory. But guys, you don't know what you've done for this industry this summer. You've saved the stave markets and the tie companies has pretty much saved our industry from total collapse. It's been unprecedented.
It's been rough for too long. Yeah,
too rough for too long. Yep.
That's right.
For too many people. You know, and got a lot of baby boomers getting at the age. They're like, daggone, why are we fighting this crap?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And daggone it, we need our baby boomers as long as we can keep them. They know what they're doing. You know, the rest of us are dumber. You know, well, we're not dumb in Hades, but
a little green about it.
Yeah, a little green about it, and we're all feeling our way around. I mean,
yeah, they've seen the cycles and they've waded through them, and we haven't necessarily been through them, so it's a little rough.
Learning markets.
Mm-hmm.
That is something, ain't it?
Yeah.
Market cycles. That is just something to learn.
Yep.
Wow. And we're geared for grade. Our company's geared for grade, and I mean we do some low grade, but we're geared for grade. So when a company like ours is doing ties, you compare us to a tie mill. Tie mill's gonna whip our butts because we're
a lot cheaper.
Yeah, because they're geared for it. They you know, we got you know great employees, and grade employees.
A lot of fixed expenses that you can't change.
Yeah, that you
like
can't.
Your electricity.
Yeah, you can't change insurance, electricity, labor. You know, and we got good sawmillers that's used to working with grade lumber. That's your cuttings and all the stuff and the upgrades and all the stuff. You know, they're used to being able to take, you know, make more chicken soup out of not. You know, we're used to making chicken soup, but we're making right now. We're trying to make chicken soup out of chicken shit, and it ain't there. You know, and to do so, you have to pay these individuals. They're qualified sawmillers, and you can't just pay them like the old boy down the road. It's he's gonna come in hung over, and they ain't gonna really mentally be in a game. You know, these men are trusted with a lot of money. They make money decisions, and to take them and say, all right, we're going to make cross ties and cants all summer, you know, and they're like, well, hey, you want me to upgrade the cross tie and cant? Well, don't miss the dimensions.
Yeah, make sure you measure.
That's pretty much it, you know. No, you know, but Jimmy's really, man, I've wore that poor guy's patience out. Boss man Jimmy, my gosh. We got a sycamore, we got some shake-a-more this summer, and I thought he was going to come, I thought he was going to put a hit squad on me. But I was trying to help out Marples. He was in a big patch of sycamore and doing good. His log tally was looking good. These big logs, when a logger gets into large diameter timber, it really helps them on the dole scale. Those of you on the West Coast that might be watching this, us East Coasters, we go off the dole scale. We're not international. in a dual scale world, it's designed for hardwood. But in a dual scale world, you get into large diameter timber, man, the scale goes towards the logger big time. Now, when you get a small diameter, it helps the sawmill because you get oversaw, but you're oversawing junk. I mean, you know, a piece of crap, a bigger piece of crap that you get oversawing a piece of crap, it's still, your labor still, we're still losing, right?
Yeah.
Correct?
Yeah.
So it's in a mill like ours. Now, if you're set up for a tie mill or a pallet mill, you know, type of mentality, you know, where dimensions and sound wood and dimensions is your key that you're looking for, well, it's a different animal, and you can have a different type of character doing it, not running anybody down in that industry. I'm just saying that's a different industry. It's a different, what would you say, a different set of skills than a grade company, you know. But we've done it. We've survived, and thanks to the loggers that, you know, in these stave jobs, you know, these stave, these white oak stave timber, you know, China loves whiskey. China's starting to really get into Kentucky whiskey, and we can move a lot of whiskey in this country to China. Problem is, you know, and the demand for the white oak barrels to make the whiskey, Kentucky bourbon, is good demand, you know, but where a stave tree comes from is a poor southwestern slope. That's where you get a lot of your stave timber from, a poor, sun-beaten southwestern slope. And what grows besides the stave trees on a poor southwestern slope? Junk. That's what grows, is junk. You got junk hickory that saws out like crap. You got junk red oak that's doty all up the tree. And you got, you know, your white oak's hot. So your white oak's going to be full of mineral. And I don't know how much that affects the stave. I don't think a lot. The mineral itself don't. You know, dope would, but mineral don't affect the whiskey barrel quality none. But it's the residue that comes off that goes to the sawmill. You know, the loggers got to get rid of that too, and that's junk. You know, it's just junk. It's made for crating and ties.
And that hickory was a bear to sell this summer.
Oh my gosh. The hickory.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And the loggers needed, you know, I told these loggers, I mean, they're helping us out this summer, surviving. So I'm telling these guys, well, daggone, well, what do you need to move? Well, we need to move our hickory, sycamore, junk like oh my God. There is no room for profit for us doing that. But I will say this, when they're in there getting their staves to survive, when they're in there working their staves, they need somewhere to go to dump this junk. And, you know, that was our little bit that we could do to help them move their junk.
And we had a pretty good crating company this summer that we were selling to.
Yes, and they closed shop.
Yeah, they just no notice at all. They just, one minute they were running, the next minute they were closed down. I feel really bad for those people.
We're sorry, guys. Man,
Yeah.
y'all from that company watch, we're sorry, man. We've had how many companies shut down this summer? Quite a few of them.
Yeah.
And that was a 2-week span where that company shut down, and what else shut down?
Quite a few mills did around us.
No, I mean, there's a lumber company. We lost the lumber company and that pallet company, daggone back to back, like in 2 weeks. We had two things. Our hickory market fell.
Yeah,
We had our hickory market. We was moving cheap hickory, and thank you, Ryan, and guys for bringing. You know, they brought the hickory in and they cut it 10 foot because hickory's real splitty. The hickory logs are. So they brought us a lot of 10 foot. You know, this summer to help us with the ties. You know, your cross tie for the railroad's 8'6". You know what the finished product is. But if I cut, because I'm cutting my bundles with a chainsaw, so I got to have a little slop there, you know, to make up for the chainsaw cutting. And so they're bringing me 10 foot stuff, and that helped a bunch. But then with all the side lumber, you know, off the hickory ties, you know, then the lumber company's like, we're done. Oh, we're done. with hickory. It's over. We're not. So mommy's like, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with this hickory?
I think we found 3 new places to sell to.
How many companies?
Within a month times. Yeah, it was kind of scary there, but we got it all.
It was freaking
sold.
nuts. How many?
Yeah.
Let me jump in there. How many companies did you sell hickory to this summer?
I think 4.
That's it.
1, 2, yeah, I think we have about 4.
That's just your hickory though.
Yeah, that's just hickory. Yeah, by itself.
And one of them was in Alabama.
Well, yeah, one of them trucked all the way down to
One of
Alabama.
we trucked hickory. We're in southern Indiana. We trucked hickory. I said hickory. We trucked hickory to Alabama to
And then
sell this shit.
one went up way up northern Indiana. That was about 6 hours from us, I think.
The hickory run.
Yeah, one hickory run up there, and then
Yep.
one Alabama.
There is some hickory people I heard up in Michigan and stuff. I don't know much about it, but we've moved lumber all over God's creation this
Oh my
summer.
gosh, we picked up probably a dozen new places. I feel like, yeah.
Just doing everything we can to figure out somewhere to go with this daggone wood to keep the loggers cashed and to keep us cashed. You know, we got all our fixed expenses. You know, if you can keep cash flow, you can go broke a long time. You know what I mean? So, we was like, if we can just keep this cash moving for everybody, we'll survive. We ain't going to thrive. We're going to wear out equipment and then work our butts off for you know.
Yeah, and time again, the people that tell me, they're like, your lumber.
All right, I lost the recording here for a second. Now, what was you saying? You were saying lumber companies talk about our lumber?
Yeah, I've had several of them tell me that they can go out here and pick out ancient's red oak, which is amazing.
Well, that ain't been from this summer. Our summer, I mean, not
I
running.
don't think the red oak was bad. We had pretty good red oak this summer. I don't think the red oak was pretty
Well,
good.
it had to come from a hot daggone Stave site
Yeah, but
because we didn't bring any red oak in. See, we're buying red oak. We buy a lot of northeast slope timber. You know, when we get the opportunity, you know, to stay in your gooder more
Better.
gooderly, or your better grade timber. You know, well, when you're moving staves, you're picking these southwest daggone junk hot slopes that just burn up with hickory and
your red oak needs a cool.
scarlet oak and all that stuff, and the red oak needs a cool, dark site. You know, so. This summer, any lumber company out there watching this summer, if you're basing your...
Which we didn't saw a lot of red oak this summer, I will say that. We had maybe
Heavy to hickory.
2 or 3 loads a month. We're just now getting into some good red oak and
Good
have a
poplar.
steady supply. Same with poplar.
We're blowing it out in poplar right now.
Oh yeah.
Poplar's raising, and we're out of waiting. We can't wait on her.
It's the perfect time to get into that poplar patch.
Well, it ain't the perfect time would be later. Perfect time would be later. I don't know where we are. It's the audio recording kicked out.
He's talking about the poplar market.
Oh yeah, how we'd like to wait on our poplar to come up a little bit, cause poplar's raising, but we can't wait no more. Our contracts have ran out.
Yeah.
We got to eat this stuff.
Mm-hmm. We gotta get.
We got good, beautiful poplar coming on. Thick stock out the butt, beautiful poplar, and we're gonna have to give the stuff away. So I mean, I don't know but we'll be freeing up some cash, you know, that we had tied up in this overpaid timber. So God love it.
Well, we still got hard maple coming in and white oak.
Yeah.
All that good stuff.
So anyways, getting to the veggies, we're cutting. Me and Big Daddy helped me on the big grapple. The tiger cat at this point was still down. I've had some trouble getting a tiger cat brought out of mothballs and running, but it's going at the time. It's going good. It's logging up at Crane, and Big Daddy's been running the tiger cat, and it's doing great. But at this job, we had the 648 dual arch. Well, Big Daddy was to help me with all these house trees and stuff like that. And Big Daddy, let me tell you, he done a heck of a job. That we cut all around this stuff, and he was pushing around them barns and stuff. We had one tree, my butt was up against the barn when I cut the tree. You know.
I guess that one's already leaning away, ain't it?
Yeah, these are. I should have had my camera batteries in my camera the day before this. I mean, that was when we cut the good ones, but anyways, I just wanted to say Big Daddy did a good job pushing with the big grapple, but like I said, we had no batteries for the cameras. But these are the easier trees. These were some trees we need to finish up because we're trying to get off this job and get up to Crane because our contract's running out at Crane. And we are almost just plumb slap out of time. And poor Derek and Rogers up there just a cutting and skidding their butts off trying to get this Crane done before the window of opportunity closes for us on our contract. So we'll be bringing in beautiful poplar to sell at a cheap market. And
they logged 140,000 feet last year. They're doing pretty good.
Yeah, they're a 4-man crew, and they're on a long skid. Thank God Big Daddy's got the Tiger Cat, because that 630E can really skid a pile of wood. But Big Daddy's on it, Fording, and Roger's on the single arch 648. He's skidding off of Derek on the cutter, and Roger and Derek's get just blowing it out of the park. Derek gets along so good with old Brutus, which I knew he would. You know, when Derek took the cutting over, I mean, he's mechanical and he's smart. I knew he. I mean, I'm so proud of him. I just can't go on. I mean, he does. Now this is a test wedge I'm throwing in this white oak tree because I couldn't quite tell the lean on it, and there's a nice house right behind me, and I want to make sure it ain't got no back lean. And all I did when I drove that wedge in is just to feel the tree lift a little, and it lifted, so it's going to go on its own, you know. But if I'd have drove that wedge in, that tree would have spit it out or set back hard, and I couldn't lift it. I wouldn't even attempt it. I'd have got Big Daddy in that dual arch grapple up there to give me a little push, you know. But anyways, we're getting this finished up Saturday morning. We're going to finish this up, and Derek and Chris is coming up with Low Boys, and me and Blackie come up Saturday morning with the stick wagon, and these trees that I'm cutting made a semi-load. This little jag that I cut and Roger skidded, and me and Blackie's Mama's on the boom. She's cutting it up, and Mama's going to load me out, and that's going to be the last load from this little job. Off these good people, this is good people to work on. But she's going to load the last little jag of wood up from this job and get us moved to, get us ready to move to Crane. Yeah. And I got to go back and, at this point when I done this video, I had to grease the Tiger Cat and get the oils up in it. And, cause I had been working on it on my spare time through the summer, fixing some electrical issues, some hydraulic issues. You know, it's like is a rescue dog, you know. But my gosh, now that we're skidding with it, man. And Big Daddy gets along good with it. He said, well, can you train me in on it? You know, I said, Dad, you skid for a half hour, you're going to have more daggone experience on this Tiger Cat than what I do.
Have we used it on a job?
Well, Jordan had ran it a bit before he went to Wapaka, but he had some problems with it. And I was busy cutting at the time and working in the sawmill and file room stuff. Couldn't help him enough on it. So
Just parked it.
Yeah, so we kind of parked it and like, well, it ain't a problem right now. It'll be a problem later. We're just going to park it for now and get it going. But I've learned a lot about it. It's the EHS. It kicks out. It's got 2 drive motors on a gearbox. That's got like a set of wet disc clutches in it, and the computer senses when to kick the clutches in and out, and it's got a clutch pump that pumps a gear pump that pumps to the clutches on this Tiger Cat that kicks that EHS in and out. And it was having a little trouble. Kind of find out as a filter. I ended up pulling all the cartridges out, taking daggone relief cartridges and everything else out, and checking things and stuff, and come to find out it wasn't even a problem. It was just a daggone. And it's also got the charge pump, the system that drives. It's got a filter on it that we was having some trouble with too. And then we had a couple module troubles, and we had a wiring harness that fell down into the steering cylinders that was throwing up codes. When you turn it to the left, the skidder would throw up the codes and wouldn't cool. And it also had some diesel fuel issues. Now there's a filter on the secondary filter on that Tiger. Mommy keeps the filters, you know them filters I went through.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But them filters, I had some trouble with them. Then that filter's got a weird O-ring in it. Tiger Cat, if you're listening, it's got some kind of weird O-ring in this E-model skidder and that fuel filter that, I don't know. I don't know that I ain't got it's kicked up the fuel code a couple times on Big Daddy. And I don't know if it ain't the daggone high pressure common rail dump getting stuck open or something of that nature. And then, but he shuts it off, starts it back up, takes it back off again. I went ahead and put a new fuel filter in it, and mess with that stupid weird O-ring that's in it. It's not normal. So anybody from Tiger Cat listening, that don't seem normal. That fuel filter don't. It's the 810. I forget what the filter is. It's a 810. 810.
AY.
No, that's hydraulic filters.
Oh.
But it's 810 something -1, I think. That's a fuel filter, a Tiger Cat fuel filter, and it's a weird son of a buck. It needs. I'm sure the new Tiger Cats don't got that, but I mean it needs reband. But we love this skidder. That son of a buck has been pulling. Big Daddy was getting 4 trees in it from time to time. The other day I ran it one day and was pulling 4 or 5 trees with it the whole time. It'll not quite pull a double drag of a 648, but it'll definitely pull easily a drag and a half on a dual arch 648 G model, DG3. It'll pull a drag and a half, a little over drag and a half if you load it just right. But it's a good son of a buck. But I'll shut up about the Tiger Cat. Now, Mommy, anything you need to add?
I don't think so. I think we covered it all. Covered
Just
the van, covered the markets.
It's mostly about the markets. Now, this summer, we went on the awesomest trip ever made.
Yep.
To
Utah.
Utah.
To Zion National Forest, National Park.
Took the boys to Hoover Dam.
Hoover Dam. We went to, was it the hottest desert in the world?
Yeah, the desert, the
Devil's Desert, I don't know.
Valley of Fire.
Valley of Fire.
I went to the Valley of Fire and then took the boys to some shows in Vegas and stuff like that. We had a daggone blast.
Yeah.
Calvin even got his pictures with a pretty street girl.
Yep.
And
It was great.
seen all kinds of stuff. Learned a lot of stuff. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, Southern Utah is the pretty.
It is so pretty.
It is so pretty.
Yes.
Southern Utah, man.
And they did have some trees there. I figured it would all be like desert. I don't know, but they did have some trees. That part
They're
did.
rough-looking trees.
Yeah,
but
they're rough, but yeah.
Well, thanks everybody for watching on the commentary. We'll get off here on the commentary and let this video finish up. But that's where we've been, and I'll try to get a video up from time to time here. They'll be spotty, but I'll start getting some videos up through the winter this winter. But
I'll stay on his butt.
Mommy, stay on my butt. Thank you. Thank you guys so much, everybody. Have a good one later on.
See ya.
Process of making a TikTok of you.
Guys, this here is the boss man. And he's who counts if he grades this. So how do we do all in all? Not to put you on the spot. Hi, puppy.
Great people. I wouldn't ask for anybody different or better. Couldn't be more happier.
He charged me $300 to say that.
The sacrifices we make.
People will never understand
They
what it's
do.
like.
They do. Come on,
I'm Water Wade, and I want to be just like Babe behind the scenes when I grow up.